Now this question's for all four of you, all right? How does your company handle information found on social networks such as Facebook? Or how do you all handle that in your company? Because I know there's a lot of people out here that probably are on Facebook, and they need to know how best to handle what they do on Facebook so that you as an employer, if you're out there searching for them. So Jenny, do you have any experience in social networking?
Our philosophy at UPS is that if you have something personal outside of work, you keep that personal as long as you don't bring it into work. And once we find out that we have a brand to protect with UPS, if there's something regarding UPS and that brand, we're going to look into that and investigate it. And of course, we are there to protect our employees as well. So if we see anything incriminating about our employees, we're going to get the authorities involved.
Anybody else like to talk about that?
We work with a very different kind of population. We have mentally disabled people, and we have children that we work with. And if people write, if employees write things about the interaction with children or other people in a negative way, which could affect the work, we sometimes have to take action on that. So we have to be very careful on what you put on there and how it affects the work.
Felicia, how about Aunt Lynn?
We're not involved right now in shaking on social network. I think it's headed that direction, and when we do, it's just, to me, it's basically use common sense. Are you putting something on there that you're going to want to sit down and talk about in an interview? Probably not in some cases. So there's just something to keep in mind while it's there for your expression, and just keep in mind that you're sharing with more than just your immediate friends.
And Ken?
Yeah, I have one experience I think is real important to point out. I don't know exactly, I'm not a real techie person, so I don't know how it works, but I was communicating with an employee one time that was off work on leave of absence about different benefits, whatever, but somehow I must have gone on their email list, and then I was sent an email to invite to join their book or whatever it is, something, but anyway, it had some pictures attached that were inappropriate. So unfortunately now I've gotten this information on this employee and saw it, and I just deleted it the first time, and it came to me a second time a few weeks later. So I asked the employee down and said, look, I got this email, I don't really think you wanted me to get this email. Of course they were totally embarrassed, but unfortunately now I've seen it, now I've got this, you know, you can't forget it. It's in the back of your mind, you're thinking about that, about this employee. But anyway, I don't know how it happened, but I must go on their email list. You got to be careful. You never know where something's going to pop up or show up on somebody's PC.
We have professional therapy services and communicators.
If he's traumatized by it. You're just fitting in everywhere, aren't you, Bob? All right. Let's see. Jenny, in your past experience, what professional associations should human resource professionals might want to consider?
I'll certainly recommend E-shrm that we've talked about. You have a network of professionals that you can work with and talk with and interact with. They have a great website for resources in your job that if you don't know how to do something, you can go to that resource, and they have a magazine that they also put out, so definitely E-shrm.
I know at the credit union there is a HR professional group also, right? And is there in Nolin, you all have a professional group? Do you all have one in your health? A professional, like Nolin has other RECCs that their HR folks can get together. And in credit unions, HR credit unions have those, and you all have them also. So those would be strongly encouraged. And are you still at UPS?
Yes.
And do you all have like some kind of network
Yes.
outside also?
Yes.
Okay.
Huge.
I would imagine so.
I would also get involved in like Chamber of Commerce and Lions Club and those type of things because HR people attend these all the time. So it's all about networking.
Okay. Thanks. What types of positions are currently in your HR department, Bob?
Well, all of my staff are here today.
So they are shut down.
So we have an executive assistant, and that's Jessica. And then we have a coordinator in human resources, which is my right arm, and that's Cindy. And And then we just recently hired a recruiter / trainer, and that's Amanda. And then we have a benefits person, and that's Sue.
Okay. Are there any others in your all's departments, or are y'all one-man show? You're a one-man show? And 3 people? And there's boo-poodles of you guys probably?
Yes, I'm responsible for 21 locations, so I have administrative positions, specialist positions, and recruiter positions.
Do y'all see any future positions that might be coming up that are not part of an HR traditional structure right now?
Yes, UPS is, of course, economy. We look at everything to cut costs. And we are going to a call center method versus having several administrative positions responsible for the same function. An example of that would be if you want to go on a leave of absence, you would call this call center and they will walk you through the paperwork, make sure you have your disability benefits. So that's where we're headed for administrative roles.
Unique concept. Any of you all have another position y'all are thinking of adding?
With all the changes in healthcare, I think our next place to go is a wellness coordinator. Wellness is really reducing the overall cost of healthcare.
I can't hear.
I'm sorry, a wellness coordinator? A wellness coordinator? Keeping a little bit. A wellness coordinator, our health insurance costs are continuing to rise, and a wellness coordinator, just overall employee wellness reduces the cost of health insurance to the organization and to the employees. So I think that's where we're going in our organization for a wellness person.
Felicia or Kenneth, do y'all have anything to add?
Our positions, a lot of people start in a co-op environment. They will start from right out of high school, right out of college, and stay till they retire. So our turnover is very, very low, and unless we grow exponentially for some reason, we get pretty much the same amount of employees.
And we know our county's not going to grow, but there could be more people moving into the county. And how about you, Kenneth?
Well, probably the next position we're going to try fill as a benefits specialist, kind of along the same lines as Bob with healthcare reform and everything, all the regulations, the laws with all the different benefits. I think it's important to have somebody dedicated to that area of the operation. So that's probably the next position we're looking at.